Hello, everyone, and a happy new year to you all. I hope you had a lovely evening. However, unfortunately, for one family in North London last night, it wasn't a happy new year. A 16-year-old boy was fatally stabbed in Primrose Hill at 20 to midnight. Now, I don't know if you know London that well, but Primrose Hill, it's a great place to actually look at the London landscape and to see the fireworks. But despite the best efforts of both the Met Police and the London Air Ambulance, he was pronounced dead shortly after midnight. Now, I used to live in London from 2006 to 2014 in North London, in Finsbury Park, and then over to Stoke Newington. Cheryl, she's originally from Wembley. Both of us have escaped the hellhole that London has become. Sadiq Khan has lost control. If he's not content with charging motorists with ULEZ, the fact that we don't feel like welcome in our own capital city, have a look at what actually happened on Saturday when groups of feral young men, fighting age men, many of whom probably came over on a small boat, were fighting each other in Camberwell, armed with sticks, and the police were at a loss of what to do. Norman Brennan is a ex-Met police officer, and I think he's got the solution. So I'll just play this clip from Norman and Richard Tice yesterday on GB News, and he's got a cracking solution, and it really needs to be implemented. Anyway, have a watch, and as always, drop us a comment below. I love reading them, and I'll see you very soon. Okay, take care, and bye for now.
Well, let me just clear up a point you brought in when you first gave your sermon about multiculture, mass immigration. You're right. Multiculturalism, sadly, is not working in Britain. We have hundreds of thousands of people that come to this country that we welcome. Some, sadly, hate us, and they hate us so much that they take to the streets. They can cause a demonstration, just like they did yesterday, without any prior warning. As a result of that, the immediate units will be sent, will be unarmed officers. They won't be public order officers. They would just be the frontline response officers. And as you highlighted, and I saw, and everyone else saw, there were countless dozens of young people, men, armed. So those officers could only do so much. You cannot take on 100+ violent, angry men. And as a result of that, the Commissioner's Reserve, which are the TSG officers, would have been alerted immediately. And it sometimes can take 10 or 15 minutes for them to arrive. Now the thing is here, Richard. Let me tell you the crux. If any of those officers got out their baton and charged at any of them suspects, armed suspects, and God forbid they intended to strike their arm or across the chest or leg, and inadvertently they struck them across the head, the following morning, the media and these groups that hate us so much, and all these other mandy-pandy judges and everyone else that brings this country to its knees with their silly decisions, will demand that officer is suspended. That officer will be suspended because that's the clamour.
That's the
I'll tell you what we need, Richard. In London, we need 3 water cannons with dye. And anybody that's acting unlawfully, has weapons, assaults the police, damages our state property, they are hit with this dye. And those water cannons will have cameras that can facial recognize. And anyone with that dye leaving the area will be arrested. We also need 8 sets of 250 police officers, 10 with dogs, 10 armed officers. Every single one of those 250 officers are fully public order trained. There will be 8 of those units going around Britain. One will be in London. They can join up together as and when they need to, and they will challenge and tackle every area in Britain where thugs and criminals and the violent people that think that they can walk the streets unopposed will be challenged. The sad reality is, Richard, it won't happen. because everybody has become a social worker. Chiefs of police, where are they? They should be on the programme this morning, defending their officers. They're weak, they're woke, they're lost, they've got no vision, and where are they? Sadly, they're at home, hoping that nobody phones them to make a decision, whilst frontline men and women, as you rightly say, risk their lives day in and day out.
Norman.